Hello and welcome to Dragon Talk, the official Dungeons & Dragons podcast. I am Greg Tito and I'm joined by...
Shelly Mazzanoble. Woo!
And we have an amazing guest with us.
Chris Lindsay.
Chris Lindsay.
He is Schmiss Lindsay and he is going to be here talking about the Dungeon Masters Guild Adept program.
Ooh.
As well as just more generally what's going on with the Dungeon Masters Guild, as well as D&D Adventurers League and... hey, let's just go with all tabletop products that are coming out in the next 6 months. What do you think about that, Chris?
Do it.
Oh, sure, why not?
All right. We got lots to jump into.
Hit me.
What's your favorite color, Grung? Go.
Gold.
I didn't know there
Gold.
were different colors.
They
That's
are
like the whole
different
point
colors.
of the Grung.
Didn't know that.
It's a caste system.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Grung are in charge. The gold Grung are in charge.
That's
well,
right.
that's why it's your favorite.
The green Grung, like yourself, are the scrubs.
Oh,
Wow.
That's cold. Is it because she likes to play sorceresses that she's the green gun?
No, she's
No.
not even at the sorceress level yet. But if she could be,
man.
be red.
He's such a jerk. He's such a jerk.
You know who's a real grung? I don't know. Nathan?
Yeah.
No, my good friend Rudy Rutenberg is a real Grung.
In the chat, what up, Rudy Rutenberg?
Rudy!
He is a real grung.
Tell
it's
your
true.
friend Chris to not be such a jerk.
It's true.
It's just not going to happen.
So we'll get to that amazing interview that's we're about to occur in a couple minutes. But before then, we got some announcements to kind of
Fine, I'll stay.
churn
Fine.
through. What do you want to announce first? Since you're hot and bothered and ready to talk about Grung. She's speechless. We made her speechless all of a sudden.
Go with me.
So Dungeons & Dragons has a lot of fun things going on that we want to talk
Betrayal
about.
at Baldur's Gate.
There you go. When's that happening?
October 6th.
What's in it?
Cool stuff.
Are there any frogs in
No. Are there? Actually?
Well, why not?
Because you didn't contribute a haunt. You could have.
Well, I was kind of busy making frog people.
it? Who did contribute a hunt?
A lot of people inside the Hollowed Halls here of Wizard. So Mike Merles wrote a bunch of them.
Oh, good for Mike.
Adam Lee just was like turning them out. Bart Carroll wrote 3 of them.
Who's Bart Carroll?
He's this guy.
He's this
Something
guy.
to do with Dragon Plus.
Yeah, I know. He
He
goes
is
to Brooklyn a
the
lot.
cutest little boy, though. Looks like his mother. Not really.
Must take after.
Must take after his mommy. Ben Petrosor, whom I'm still angry with about our diplomacy game of 2 years ago.
He did betray you twice in a row.
2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago?
About that.
It was a long time ago.
Seems like
Yeah.
a long time to hold a grudge.
Oh, it will never, ever go away.
That was a shame you once, shame on you,
Yeah.
fool me twice,
Oh,
shame on
God.
me
I
situation.
can't. I'm going back there. I don't want to go back there.
Yeah.
That's what we should have talked to the Adams
Diplomacy
about.
PTSD.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I told you guys you should not play it, that this would end in tears. Did anybody listen to me? No.
In fairness, the only one who cried was Shelley.
I didn't cry. Public. How did you know? How did you know?
Well, someone was
You could hear
sobbing
my
in the
sobs.
in the women's room on the third floor.
In the next stall over from where Greg was.
He's about to lose Russia in his Axis and Allies game.
It's true. They're
It's
on.
a hard country to
There's
hold on
only
to.
about like 4 units left on the board for Russia. It's
Don't give up.
But they're doing. They got.
There's a strategy for holding on to Russia, and it's called never strike out.
I know. That's what I did go a little bit too far.
It's called cheat.
I reached too
Just
far
move
for the
some
sun.
units.
I reached too far.
If you
And
actually
now
look
my
at
wings
the
are burning.
Oh,
historical tactics used by Russia and actually follow those, you do much better.
Yeah, come into the motherland and wait for the sun to go away.
That's right.
That's the tactic. So yes, we will. What were we talking about?
Chris Dupuis.
Chris Dupuis.
Thinking of people who wrote
I've done
Haunts.
haunts for Betrayal of
Kim
Baldur's Gate.
Lundstrom, Diane Mullen.
I'm so excited that Kim has done one.
Noah Milrod. I'm not going to remember everybody's name. David McDarby. Sam Simpson.
Sammy
Chris
Rhodes?
Tulloch and Kat Kruger.
I didn't know Tulloch did one with
Yeah.
his fiance.
With his wife now.
Wife,
Yeah.
wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Couples who write haunts together stay together.
It's true.
Have you written a haunt with Bart yet?
I feel like our whole life is a haunt.
So Betrayal of Baldur's Gate is coming out October 6th. It's basically a like fantasy version of the Betrayal
Set in Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
set in Baldur's Gate where you
Oh.
discover the city.
You lay out the entire, not the entire, but you lay out some iconic locations of Baldur's Gate instead of a haunted house.
Right.
So you have cities, or you have buildings, you have streets, and you have the catacombs. Be careful, the catacombs. And you're playing D&D adventurers who actually have adventuring powers too.
Like
to help your characters.
fighters who fight stuff, and
Yeah,
rangers who
yeah.
range stuff,
Yeah.
and sorcerers who
Yeah.
sork stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that.
that's cool.
It's almost like you've play tested it a million times.
I know how to sork stuff. It's one of my favorite things to do.
It's very cool. It's very beautiful. The art is fantastic, as usual. Emmy, Shauna,
Emmy did it.
Scott Okamura did the tiles again. When you get the tiles, you have to just really study them and look at them because they're amazing.
And they're all anatomically correct. Lore
You
correct.
looked really, really,
Like really close.
Yes, because Matt Cernat was instrumental
That's
in
right.
letting us know things about like Sorcerer's Sundries is a round building. I might be getting that mixed up, but anyway, one
That's
of
why
the
we have
buildings
him.
should have been round, and we were like, we didn't know. We have to go back to Scott, and he had to make it round.
He made a round tile to fit into a square peg.
He did the redid the illustration. That was actually something we had to think about. Like,
How does that work?
how are we going to make this round building? He figured it out. But you'll be happy to know if you love Baldur's Gate that it is very true to Baldur's Gate. The lore is correct.
Nice.
Yes.
Very cool. And hopefully we'll be playing some Baldur's Gate, Betrayal Baldur's Gate here on the stream, right?
Yeah.
Like once it gets out?
Yeah.
To show you
I think
guys
even
how
a
it's
little
played?
bit sooner we've been talking about.
Ooh.
Who do I talk to about this?
I think your husband
Okay.
might be
We
a
want
good
to
start.
live stream the game and then do like a little like director's cut or Q&A or something.
I love
Do you want
that.
to play?
Yeah, we live streamed the game from Origins.
We did.
Yeah,
That
we
was
should do
super
that
fun.
again.
With
More of
Rudy
the-
and
more of the
Sabine
same.
and
Yeah.
Chris Perkins, who had never played Betrayal at House on the Hill before, he said he didn't really like board games. He doesn't think he's very good at them.
Right. I think that you didn't realize it's like a cooperative game. It's not
He-
necessarily a competitive one.
Well,
Until to a
cooperative.
point.
To a point.
Ish.
To a point.
Ruti.
Exactly.
my
So
boy
there's a lot of fun stuff going here on the D&D channel. In addition to playing some board games,
Yeah,
there
we're gonna
is
do that.
lots of live play. Speaking of Ruti, he is the dungeon master for Maze Arcana, Fury's Reach on Tuesday nights. No, he did Wednesday nights.
He's one of two. Yeah,
He's one of two, and Satine Phoenix does Tuesday nights at 7 p.m.
Yep.
Pacific time here on the D&D Twitch channel. Of course, Chris Perkins, we mentioned, does Dice Camera Action at 4 p.m.
Yep.
Pacific time. And then in about an hour, actually 40 minutes from now, we will be doing, what is the name of that one?
Force Gray?
Force Gray, Lost City of Omu. That's right. We'll
Oh,
be debuting
no.
episode 3 in just a few minutes. So stay tuned for that. And I'll be talking to two ladies from Girls Guts Glory this Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific time.
Awesome.
That's right. It'll be fantabulous, and we'll be doing episode 8 of that one, I believe, maybe 9. It's been going really fast, but they have done an amazing work. We spoke to the woman who plays Ichabod,
Oh, I love
the
her.
dwarf,
Love
Sujata. It was amazing, and I can't wait to pick her brain some more because I've been watching more of Insecure, which she's in on HBO.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
Really?
Yeah. I hope she recovers from her cat allergies, though. It was kind of insane. In the middle of a Q&A, all of a sudden she starts like coughing like crazy.
Seriously?
Yeah, from someone else's cat yeah, it was insane. It was
Cats.
amazing though, so we'll ask her on Thursday if she's recovered or not.
Sabotage.
And of course, we also have Uncharted Territory from our friends the High Rollers at 12 noon on Fridays.
Where can people find the schedule?
It's all on twitch.tv/DND.
Because I just picture people at home furiously writing this down.
There's so much there.
Thursday, 2, yeah.
I know it's so much there, but I like to go through it just so everybody knows
No,
what's
it's
happening.
great.
Exactly.
I love hearing it.
Me too.
I never get sick of hearing it.
I don't get sick of saying it ever either. Speaking of Twitch, you can now subscribe to our channel. It's $4.99. You get access to emotes, which are pretty interesting. There's some dice roll. There's like 20s and a 1 and a TPK, as well as Milo, Chris Perkins' dog. Lots of fun stuff.
And you.
in there. Don't talk about that one. We're not talking about that.
That's adorable.
Is it? I hope so.
Build you up.
Build me up. We got to get one of you now, so you can be like,
Nope.
All right, no. Ixnay on the. We'll just have Chris Lindsay then.
Yes.
We'll have his mug. That stuff is awesome. There'll be you get to do ad-free viewing of all the Twitch program that we got going on here. So I suggest you get to it, and then everything that we get from that will be put back into the channel to make more shows bring back the grung, perhaps. Bring back other fun things, and I just have a wide slate of D&D programming here on the Twitch channel going forward.
Pay for my education about grung, because I didn't know.
We're going to educate you
Way
up and down all over town.
than you could possibly.
And there's my stupid mug there in the chat. Yes, thank you very much.
I love it.
I have the beard in that one though, so I have to start.
You didn't approve the image?
I'm growing my beard back
Are
this
you?
fall.
Oh.
I do it every fall. I grow it fall and then I shave
That's
it off.
weird.
in
I
the spring
can't
and
even
summer.
picture what you look like with the beard now.
That's what my kids say. They're always like, "What? I don't know. I don't want it to change." And they're like, "Oh yeah, wait, I like it now."
Maybe I'll grow mine back too. In the
Yeah,
fall.
you should. Yeah. Get some nice, some braided, some rings down at the bottom.
Maybe.
You can rock it.
I can.
I can see it.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to get to a lower you should know segment right about now. So, Mr. Ryan Marth, please make with the. God, I can't say it anymore. Make with the awesome song that has the chiming of bells in it, please.
That's
a Twitter reference. But
you've been ruined.
I've been ruined. I don't want to say Bing Bongs anymore. Why not? Someone said that it reminds them of one of the speech that a presidential candidate said that had bings and bongs in it.
Okay.
And I was like, and we've been kind of using it all the time. It'd be like, oh, make with the Bing Bongs. And then I was like, I don't want that association anymore. Is basically what happened.
So sad.
Yeah. So we'll make with some bells and some chimes. Bells and chimes.
Whistles?
Bells and whistles. There you go. There's a better one. Wasn't that a great lore you should know segment?
Yes.
Did you learn everything you wanted to learn about the trickster gods of Chult?
Yes.
Yeah, and the Froghemoth?
Yes.
What about you? Did you learn everything that you needed to learn from that? Mr.
About the Froghemoth?
Yes.
I was presently already aware of the Froghemoth.
But now you know it even more.
Now you know more.
It's like going to a
It's
lecture
advanced Froghemoth.
in which you already knew everything, but now you get to absorb it even better.
Sure.
Something like that.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever do that, Chris Lindsay?
No.
Architect of the Dungeon Masters Guild?
Mm-mm.
Ruler of time and space?
No. I take things and bend them and twist them to my whim.
Ah, because you are a Doctor Who?
Oh, sure, why not?
This makes sense.
Dungeon Master.
So, a man who needs no introduction, even though I've given like 3 so far, Chris Lindsay.
Hey.
How you doing?
Hi,
I'm
Chris
great.
Lindsay.
How are you?
Good.
Cool.
You are here to talk to about a great many things, but for those people who don't know who you are, what do you do here at Wizards?
Well, I wear a number of hats.
Not today.
Not today, but
Metaphorical hats, sure.
Metaphorical.
Oh, sorry. Very literal.
Well, that's right. There's no actual hats that go on this head. So, so I am the product manager for Dungeons and Dragons, which means basically anything involved with not actually writing or doing the art or whatever that inside the book that needs to get done, like legal stuff and money stuff and customer service stuff. I am engaged with all of that and making sure that that happens so that all of the things can go forward and the book can get out the door, printed and out to all of the fine people who buy Dungeons & Dragons books.
Nice.
Well, thanks for that.
So in addition to that, I am in charge of the Dungeons & Dragons Adventurers League. It's very much fun. It's our organized play program for D&D. It's exciting, it's growing, it's changing, it's doing all kinds of fun things as we evolve. The game is evolving as well.
Nice.
So in addition to that, I am the architect of the Dungeon Masters Guild, and I keep tabs on that, and I have a new program for the Dungeon Masters Guild that is coming out. I have folks already working on it called the Guild Adept program. It's going to be very exciting.
What can you tell us about this Guild Adept program?
Adept.
Well, so the Guild, here's the thing about the Dungeon Masters Guild. Let me back up for just a minute.
Yeah.
Dungeon Masters Guild, we launched it. We had no idea what it was going to do. We just thought, we don't know if anybody's going to be interested in participating or getting involved and all this stuff. But contrary to all like doubts we may have had, it took off like gangbusters. And we got literally thousands of authors now writing tens of thousands of
Is it that
new
many?
D&D products and selling them on the Dungeon Masters Guild.
Seriously.
So what's the
Yeah.
quick paragraph version of what the Dungeon Masters Guild was? Because we launched it back in January 2016.
Yeah, basically the short version is the Dungeon Masters Guild is a marketplace that is that hosts a creative community of fan creators for Dungeons and Dragons. And one of the things I really wanted to do is I really wanted to start shining in the spotlight on some of our best creators in the Dungeon Masters Guild. Now, first of all, let me addendamize that by saying all the creators in the Dungeon Masters Guild are fabulous, but we have a number of standouts, and so for that, I came up with this idea called the Guild Adept program, where we could show off some talent of people who have been participating, get them in early to write content for that's associated with products that we're putting out. So, for example, I have 10 fine individuals right now who are at home or their day jobs or whatever writing D&D products, and they're collaborating with each other.
Whoa.
As a mini community of their own. And those products are directly associated with the upcoming release of Tomb of Annihilation. And their initial launches are going to come out on the same day as Tomb of Annihilation. So yes, we're going to have, in the parlance of our digital friends, same day DLC.
On September 8th or September 19th?
September 8th.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Because they're making it all right now. So just to kind of clarify, the Dungeon Masters Guild is there, and it's been chugging along and letting people create stuff in the Forgotten Realms. And then when products have been added, like Curse of Strahd or Storm King's Thunder, authors can incorporate material from those books and create and sell adventures or other things that were using our IP.
Yep. We encourage them to do that. We would like them to be engaged with what we're doing. Now, they don't have to be. They can choose to make up their own pet project as long as it's set in the Forgotten Realms or nowhere at all, to be perfectly honest. They've created literally hundreds of thousands of products out there.
Wait, hundreds of thousands?
Is that what?
Well,
tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of downloads.
Yes. That's
true. But really, we want them to kind of come together as a community, and everybody's been so busy, like being super creative, that they're all kind of working in their own little silo. So that's another reason for doing the Guild Edit program, was to bring together a group of individuals and then encourage them to work together. They're in this crazy Slack channel that is on my computer, and it's like binging all day long as they're talking with each other and they're asking me questions, and they're having these collaborative conversations about the products that they're working on, and it's very cool.
That is cool.
So how did these standouts become standouts in the eyes of Mr. Chris Lindsay?
Well, so the best way to get our attention in this regard is two ways. One is to basically work on products that are associated with our products. So these folks are all people that have worked either collaboratively with us in the Adventures League, or with us here at Wizards, or whatever, and have created products to go in the Dungeon Masters Guild. Now, of course, they haven't worked with us directly here at Wizards so much as they've gotten a hold of the products and then they've created something on the Dungeon Masters Guild that was associated with it, right? Now they're working directly with us. The other way to get noticed is to basically generate a lot of revenue, right? So you put your stuff up there, and if people are interested in paying cash money for your product, and it happens regularly, there's a good chance I'm gonna notice. And while there's no strict bar set for that, I will say that for folks out there who are contributing to the Dungeon Masters Guild who set their products at free or pay what you want, I would encourage you to reconsider that.
And that's right, because there's a number of ways to collect data on the Dungeon Masters Guild, and one of them is, of course, downloads. And you can definitely be like, oh, a lot of people were downloading this. But we've noticed from there being a trend that many people just get everything that's free or pay what you want.
If it's free, everybody downloads it. Why not?
Yeah, right. For low risk, obviously. Like if they don't like it or they don't. So for us, the downloads is not as much of a measure of whether something is popular or not, because there are people who just will download everything
Correct.
free. Right. So the reason why you're saying charge money for it is that people are making a conscious decision that they value your creation.
Precisely. Now, if you're not in it to make money and you're not really interested in the Guild Edit program, then you should do whatever it is you like. But if you want to be recognized, I would encourage you to pay attention to that. And there are some fantastic guidelines that the fine folks at One Bookshelf have put up on the Dungeon Masters Guild as far as pricing and so forth. Plus, you could also use the D&D Adventures League content as a barometer for pricing as well. But don't sell yourself short as authors out there. Your efforts are worth something.
Right.
I think that you should be compensated from the folks out there in the community who are taking advantage of your work, and that's good that they're taking advantage of it. But I'd like to see them compensating you somehow for the work that you put in to provide that.
Right, exactly. And that's not the only measure for how we gauge people to go for the Guild Adept program.
No,
right?
we have
because it's word of mouth. It's like a combination of a lot of other things.
Yep. Plus we check out reviews and we read some of the products and stuff like that. I've gone in and stealth downloaded products and read them and checked them out, and we look for good stuff. I look for social media that about particular authors.
The buzz
pops up. Yeah, and if I see a lot of buzz happening, then I'll check out their stuff. There's all kinds of ways.
Neat.
Yeah.
The reason I like this program too is because it like kind of fulfills the promise of what the Dungeon Master Guild was, or one of the promises of when we launched it in January 2016 was like, here's a way for you to get noticed and to begin the process of starting to work with wizards. And,
Absolutely.
And the Guild Adept program is just like one another step along that way.
Absolutely, yeah. And those folks working on content for the Guild Adept program, are fantastic designers. If they do fantastic work, they could end up being straight up D&D freelancers, for the next product that we're going to put out that's going to be totally awesome.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not just about adventure content. They're also designing new rules stuff and all kinds of crazy.
That's the kind of stuff you're tasking this Guild Adept crew with?
I didn't task them so much as I gave them a
them
general sandbox to play in, and I said, here are all the toys in your sandbox. Go forth and make awesomeness.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll be recruiting, or for lack of a better word, you're always looking for people to bring into this program, or is
I am, yeah. I'm going to be looking for a new group for the upcoming Xanathar's Guide to Everything of Guild Adepts to basically champion that product as well and to get involved with us and to design some really cool stuff. I'll probably be starting my search for those folks in the neighborhood of October-ish. And maybe a little earlier. So if you're interested in putting something up on the Dungeon Masters Guild to get noticed, now's a great time.
That's right. And the goal is to try to do this for every TRPG release that we do.
Absolutely. Yeah, 3 times a year at this point, because we have 3 releases at this point as our cadence. So I want to try doing that for every single one. And I want to try and get a different group every time if I can.
What I was gonna ask.
It won't always be the same size. We just decided to go big on the first run. It might be smaller sometimes. Who knows?
Depends on what's out there.
Depends on what's out there and who's doing cool stuff.
Okay, but it's different people, intentionally different people.
Yeah, I think I do. I really do want to intentionally use different people each time so that more people have an opportunity to be involved with Wizards of the Coast. It gives us a much wider view of what our community and us in the community are doing.
So does this content then go on the DM's
Dungeon Masters Guild.
The Dungeon Masters Guild. And is it like by these particular authors and then they can charge what they want, or are you setting prices for it, or is it free? Or
They can charge what they want. I have, of course, encouraged them to charge for their content because they're fine designers. And they will have a special gold version of the Guild ampersand logo.
I was going to ask if they have a special
that's gonna, and they're going to probably have their own line there on the screen.
Gold, like the top grung.
So
gold is good.
Learning.
It's 1 grung above.
Oh my God.
So here's a question though: will that icon only appear in the period in which they are a Guild Adept member?
No. Once a product has been made for the Guild Adept program, that product will always carry that icon.
But not the author necessarily.
Not necessarily. No. If they're creating stuff outside the program itself, then they would.
So it's on a per product basis.
They put the other black and red logo on there.
So that's a good way to find it on the Dungeon Masters Guild marketplace. Is just look for that symbol.
Icon. There'll also be a way to to
search for only those.
Filter for those as well.
Yeah.
So and they're gonna be awesome. I'm really excited about what they're doing.
Look at you making dreams come true.
Do you have any hints for what they're working on that you might want to
Nope.
share with some of these people?
We will be releasing a lineup of what they're going to be working on, or what they are working on right now.
Yeah.
In the not so distant future.
Maybe Rudy and Satine would want to tell us what they're working on. No,
Are they in the program?
maybe.
Did he just spoil something?
No, actually, if you look at the announcement that may have already gone out.
Who's calling you? Is that Rudy calling you right now, asking why he's not in the Guild Adept program?
I have no idea.
He's like, Tito just said that, and
wait, I gotta get it.
I've never even heard of this thing before.
But Rudy and Satine are two of my Guild Adepts, and I have some other all kinds of fabulous Guild Adepts out there. I've got Lisa Chen, it's fantastic. I've got Claire Hoffman, Will Doyle, James Introcaso.
Oh, we know James.
We know James.
Right, and these folks are all
It's an elite bunch you've got there.
brilliant
Well.
designers, and they're super excited to be a part of this.
They should be.
Should be pretty cool. Now I just want to pick all their brains. Be like, what are you guys working on? What are you guys
Yeah.
working on? Is it
It's a whole
Grum?
new crop of
If
potential.
only you were in the
podcast
Slack
guests.
channel.
If only I was in that famed Slack channel that I just was slacking
Just
on
call
joining.
him away from his desk, and then you just sneak over there.
Or I could just be like, hey, Chris, what are they working on? And he would tell me if he didn't have a microphone in his face.
I don't know.
Would you? Would you tell
I
me?
don't know that he would.
Maybe.
See, he would.
Maybe. That's amazing.
Eventually, I think I have to tell you.
It's
Yeah.
true. So I can approve. Yay. So if that has not already been posted on the Dungeons & Dragons website, it will be up there very soon, an article written from your voice.
Yeah.
The voice of Chris Lindsay,
Yes.
outlining this program for you.
Indeed.
Mr. Bart Carroll should be posting it right now.
He should, right?
He should be. But
Oh,
for those of
Barticus.
you who are going to be listening to this in podcast form, it'll most likely already be up there. So I would suggest,
And if
if
it's
you're
not-
interested, there's some good tips on there on how to get on to this kind of program.
Mm-hmm.
You've already mentioned them as making sure your stuff is super good,
Mm-hmm.
in line with our storylines. What else? And paying for it.
Just make sure that people are paying you for your work. You know, make sure that that's a. I mean, there's all kinds of things I look at, and lots of stuff that I won't even talk about. But the two main things that I can stress to folks is A, make something awesome and try and jam with us. Right? It's kind of like being on a band.
It's just like being in a band.
Yeah, and then B, charge them for your work, please, even if it's just a couple bucks.
Yeah, because your work is worth it.
Yep.
That's what.
And there's like that perceived value thing. Like, I don't know if it's you said that everyone downloads things that are free in the guild, but sometimes if something's free, people are like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 99 cents, and then they buy it.
Yeah. The only exception to that rule has been products put up by some dude whose last name rhymes with Herser. Yeah, he puts pay what you want on his, and people pay him all kinds of stuff. I don't know. It's
Really?
crazy. Yeah. They just like to throw money at that dude.
He's a cool dude.
He's
Yeah.
pretty cool
That's
dude.
why.
He's all right.
So could I write something with a pen name of Matt Mercer?
Yeah.
With like maybe 2 C's. Or
We
Heli as a noble.
yeah, we are working on a part of the program, which we won't talk about too much right now, where those of us here at Wizards of the Coast will be able to contribute. But we'll say that for another day.
That's a good idea.
I remember when this program was first coming out, and that was like a question you were trying to
Yeah.
solve for.
Yeah,
Good, I'm glad you
we
finally got that
we are
taken
actively
care of.
solving for that, but it's going to be very exciting, and I really want to. Yeah,
Are you
I
going
do
to
want to talk about it.
contribute?
Huh?
Are you going to contribute and give yourself a gold ampersand?
That's
The newest member of the Adept program right here.
Miss Blindsey.
there will be more details to come.
I'm excited about that. You're really testing the like.
Are you going to contribute?
Yes. Gerg Otit will be writing
You don't
something.
have to change your name, Otep. You don't have to change now.
It can just be backwards, and it's all you need. No one will figure it out.
Never.
No,
That's right.
Yeah, just I'll have a gold ampersand. Who is this guy? Gerg.
Gerg. They really seem to like this Gerg.
Well, you mentioned the D&D Adventurers League earlier on, especially all those adventures being on the Dungeon Masters Guild. What's going on with the Adventurers League for Tomb of Annihilation?
I am super excited. So with Tomb of Annihilation, we are diving into a methodology for creating our Adventures League content that is new and fresh for Dungeons and Dragons. So
Hot and fresh?
previously with our organized play concert. It's a concert with our.
Wow, you're
We're
working
musicians,
on a
aren't
lot.
Yeah.
It's a jam band.
It's all about music with me. So with the content ran parallel to the actual like for sale product that we put out, right? And so they kind of jammed along the same lines, but neither of the two ever really touched each other.
Yeah.
So we took a good hard look at that, me and my 6 fabulous admins, and one of the things that we are in the process of doing is making it so that our content actually takes the for sale product into account, and instead of running parallel to it, it takes that experience and it enhances it. So, for example, the first 2 adventures, 7.1 and 7.2, which are introductory 5-parters, are alternate ways into the story of Tomb of Annihilation.
Oh, okay. So it's just not the one. You have those big 5-parter ones.
So now there's like 3 different ways to get into the story.
But that's actually, there's 10 different ways, because you could do those mini adventures like as one-offs.
You could do them as one-offs, or you could do them as like if you do take 7.1, which is 5 mini adventures, you can do that as a little path, and it leads you right into the story.
Yeah. Right into where the for sale product picks up?
Right into where like it would basically drop you into Port Nyanzaru.
Whoa.
You know,
that's so cool.
Yeah, and 7.2 is the same thing. The only difference between those 2 adventures is that 7.1 is written for Tier 1 characters, so that's 1st to 4th level, and 7.2 is written for 5th to 10th level characters. So if you want to get in at a higher level to try and mitigate your chance of dying, you can try that.
Is that what you're recommending?
No.
Are you saying 1st level characters are not going to survive?
I'm saying that in the Tomb of Annihilation, it doesn't matter what level you are, you're probably going to have to witness somebody's mortality at some point.
Drunky Two Shoes.
Drunky Two Shoes is going to get it.
I don't think she is.
No, probably Daryl. And then I'll have to continue on with Daryl.
The other Daryl.
Daryl Two Shoes.
The other brother Daryl.
Oh, that's a perfect, actually that's great. That's how we're going to find the other brother is once mine dies, and I'll be like, here's the other brother Daryl.
So as you continue playing Tomb of Annihilation, you play the for sale product and you're moving your way through it. Then the other adventures, 7.3 and 7.4 and 7.5, they're like little side tracks that are right a part of the adventure, and they all attach to it, kind of like ornaments on a giant Christmas tree.
Are they like just quick little?
Yeah, they're like little 2-hour one-offs.
I love that.
That's
right?
Cool.
So, and you play through those, and if you play them and the main adventure all together at the same time, planned out intricately by your dungeon master, who's of course, coordinating all of this as they're looking at all the various materials they have at their disposal, you will have the best experience that you could possibly have with Tomb of Annihilation, because you're getting all the stuff.
That is really cool.
I love it.
Then...
Whoa.
What? There's more?
There's more.
What?
Just wait. When you've gotten to the
minutes.
end of Tomb of Annihilation... somewhere in the neighborhood of 11th to 12th level, and assuming you're still alive and not, totally shell shocked out from being in the jungle, the story continues with our Tier 3 and Tier 4 adventures and the Tomb of Annihilation aftermath.
Whoa, it's like After Dark. Tomb of Annihilation's After Dark.
It's like USA up all night.
It's more like the next morning, Tomb of Annihilation.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Happened?
Yeah.
So all these adventures are available from the Dungeon Masters Guild.
They will be. Once they're created, and we're in the process of creating all this content, we've got it all outlined out and ready to go. We have authors cranking on that stuff right now, and as it's available, we're going to be putting it in the Dungeon Masters Guild after it premieres at its respective conventions.
Oh, the stuff is all coming out at conventions?
Yeah, all of this stuff will be they'll be premiered at conventions. 7.1 and 7.2. 7.1 was premiered at Origins.
Oh, that's what you guys were doing at Origins.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you were doing all the betraying.
Well, I was super
betraying
busy.
you were doing.
While you were betraying, we were going to Port Nyanzaru,
you were
yo.
playing. I was
Right.
betraying, you were playing.
So 7.2.
7.2 is out now.
Yes.
Actually, it's premiered, I believe, or if it hasn't premiered, it's going to premiere soon. And by the way, for those of you out there in Core Hobby Retail Land, 7.1 and 7.2 are going to be available to you Core Hobby retailers for free. For no money.
But wait, we'll send
But that's
you
only for
7.2
if you're
for
in
free.
the WPN kind of like network, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
It's
that's
a Wizards
a bonus.
Is preferred play network?
Wizards Play
Wizards
Network.
Play
Play
Network.
network. That's right. I'm still new here, so I'm still learning a lot of the
So many
acronyms of things.
acronyms.
WOTC stands for Wizards
With
Out the Table.
Coats. What?
The coats.
The coats.
The coats, wearing
Wizards
coats.
don't wear coats.
They got robes.
Without the coat.
Right. But the cool thing about the Adventurers League stuff is it used to be only in stores. And then now you can download those adventures and play them and organize them wherever you would like.
Anywhere. You can play them at a convention. You can play them at a game day. You can play them in a store. You can play them at your home, at your library. You can play them on the bus. Take your pick. At your local
lighthouse.
At your local pub. Right?
In space. How come we can't get it on the International Space Station?
You might. It might
There's
be.
no reason why we couldn't get Dungeons & Dragons Adventures League content on the International Space Station as long as they have a solid internet connection.
Do they need an internet connection?
They could just print it out, can't they?
Well, no, but I mean,
Put it on space paper.
they need an internet connection so they can download the content, and then they're good to go.
Well, I would think that
They would
they were
they
astronauts.
downloaded it before.
They would do it. They're prepared.
You know, I don't know. Do I look like an astronaut to you?
Yes. You've got the physique and everything.
No, yeah. I have the physique for 2 astronauts.
Oh my God! Well, I am excited about what's going to happen with the D&D Adventurers League that's coming out because I know the authors that you have working on this, and they're all like super amazing people.
They are all fantastic people. I'm really excited, and they're really, really fun to work with.
Now, will there ever be like a cross-pollination thing happening between Adept program and Adventurers League, or is that already happening?
You're reading
Maybe.
his mind.
Maybe.
Are you just saying that because you're like, oh, that's a damn good idea. I'm not giving Tito credit for.
No.
Oh, because I do that all the
I've
time.
already
Oh, I've already thought of that.
considered a whole lot of things, but I don't want to talk about it just yet.
We like pushing those buttons.
We gotta save some surprises for later.
That's true.
Yeah, it's true.
You're full of surprises. Nice.
I'm all the surprises.
Are there any D&D products that are coming out that we want to like throw some more details out at people?
Sure, we have all kinds of fantastic stuff coming out this year. In addition, of course, to Tomb of Annihilation, we have Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Everything.
Which is going to have new builds for every single class in the player's handbook.
What?
Everything.
So new builds meaning like how some
New subclasses.
New
so
subclasses.
a new version of the fighter, a new version of the wizard, a new version of the rogue, right? You want to play that really cool, interesting druid thing that we've been putting up in UA? It's in there.
Right, but there's like archetypes. So like, so fighter was the martial archetypes, and for wizards are that. Yeah, right. Like they all a whole bunch of different
But there'll
ones
be
of those.
stuff all up in there. New barbarians, new all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Sweet. This is a question I've wanted to ask for a while. What is on the inside of the Dungeon Master screen reincarnated?
Mm-hmm. I was going to ask you about that too.
What are the stats and stuff that are inside?
You're obsessed
Tables and
with
charts.
it. Yeah,
Are
but
they-
you updated it.
I did. I went through and based on feedback that we've been getting from our folks,
Your mom.
the fans. My mom had nothing to do with it. She's a saint. Watch your mouth, Shelley Mazzanople.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen Chris get mad at a your mom joke.
I'm not really mad.
I know.
Dark.
I'm so proud of her.
Thank you. It was too good.
For those of you who don't know, Chris Lindsay is pretty much the king of your mom jokes.
Yeah.
So much so that
Not
we had
even
to
like a joke,
designate
really.
a day of the
Mom,
week.
too.
Was it
It's
your
not even a
mom
joke.
Tuesday?
It's more just of like, oh, I say something and it's like, oh, your
Your
mom,
mom.
and it's
No, it's not about insulting somebody. It's about consistency.
Yeah.
true.
Sometimes it's an insult. Sometimes it's a compliment. Sometimes it makes no sense. And those are the funniest ones.
I agree with that. I definitely think the ones that are complete non sequiturs are my favorites.
Yes.
Was it your mom Tuesday or Thursday? We had to have a day for this.
That's Nathan
Monday.
who wants to put a restriction on it, but your mom knows no bounds.
No, it never. Come on, that's funny.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it should be your mom Mondays because it just
Mom
kind of
Monday?
it's got the alliteration thing happening.
Sure.
No, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Like Chris said, we did it all every day.
It's
but-
true. But if you want to put a limit on it, it should be Mondays.
Yeah. All right, fine. It's Monday.
Ma-
Oh, and
hashtag
look,
it up.
we do the podcast on Monday,
That's
so we
right.
can always throw a good your mom.
It's your mom Monday right now.
Okay. So your
Sorry
mom.
for all the
your
moms
mom-
out there.
Your mom gave us feedback on the on the DM screen. She
so
was
the
like,
Dungeon Master screen, it has basically feedback from all of our fans. We took that in, and using that feedback, we kept some stuff, we got rid of some stuff, and we added some new stuff. I don't know how to be more specific than that.
when does it come out?
It comes out on the same day as Tomb of Annihilation.
Big day.
That's
Big
right.
day.
The game store one or the wide one?
The game store one.
So September 8th, you'll be able to get
September
that
8th, you can get the
That is
brand new one with that
almost
gorgeous
time.
dragon picture. And
by
it's
Tyler Jacobson.
By Tyler Jacobson, holding that hapless little dead person in
That
its
disturbs
claw.
me to no end. It really does.
What?
The little dead person in the claw, because I don't feel like the person's dead.
They,
I feel like they're like they know they're about to. It's like that's
they may
even
not
worse.
be, but they're gonna be.
They're just like, oh my God, I'm in the claw of a big red dragon.
Yeah.
And I'm going, and you can see the city burning behind. It's so good and disturbing. Yes.
It's a good one.
Don't
It is a
like
really
it.
good one.
I mean, I like it, but I don't like it.
It's really awesome.
But I really
you can
can't
see the
believe
curvature of the planet on that
I know,
picture.
it's really cool. If we have a conference room called Dragon's Nest that it's very large on the wall, and it's even cooler. But I honestly can't believe that you actually got the word reincarnated on that product. Like, to me, that just makes me laugh.
It does make me laugh. It also
was
makes me laugh that Toril is a round planet. It's clearly flat.
Yeah, whatever. So the reincarnated on that was really more of a
Joke?
No, it was kind of it was one of those, I didn't want to ask for permission, so I'm willing to, beg for forgiveness. But since everybody seems to like it, I don't have to worry about it.
It felt like it was like its code name or just something that you would call it around the office, and then somebody was working on it was like, oh, I guess that's okay. Just like cut, paste. There it is.
Done and done.
Yeah. We have all kinds of things coming out with that title on it, Reincarnated.
We do?
Oh, yes, but we won't talk about that until later.
Do I know that?
You are full of teasing of things.
I love to tease. So in addition to our Dungeon Master screen coming out later on this year, we do have our own wet dry erase play service coming out.
Oh.
The Dungeons and Dragons Adventure Grid.
What?
Yeah, it's got cool art on one side that's dungeon-like and city-like, and cool art on the other side that's wilderness-like. So you can use it for whatever adventure you want to use it for.
Nice. And it folds up like a board game and fits on your shelf.
Yeah, it folds pretty small.
It's a board and it folds out, right? Like you had a board game play surface. But the cool part is you can fold this bad boy up and stick it in your book bag right next to your books, right? Way easier to carry around than one of those silly roll-up mats.
Yeah.
So
and it doesn't curve on the ends. Like
it does not curve on the ends.
It's really cute.
I love it. I can't wait for that.
People are going to really geek out on that.
What about the dice tin?
The dice tin is, I was saving best for last. The dice tin is going to be awesome. It's themed specifically to Tomb of Annihilation. It has a familiar visage on the front, the green
Your mom?
devil face.
Oh.
A Sararak's mom. And I'm going to tell him you said that.
Is that true?
It's actually
you know what? I don't think so. I think I just made that up.
Yeah.
Which I'm, bound to do.
When you say familiar
it's
visage,
weird.
it means your mom. I mean, that's just.
Now you talked about his mom, and now it's weird, like to think of him having a mom.
A
It's not that
Sararak?
scary anymore.
Well, he had to come from somewhere, right? Or do you think he just was birthed out of?
Mommy
Maybe.
Lich and Daddy Lich get together.
When Mommy Lich loves Daddy Lich very much. It's terrible. It's terrible.
So-
But yeah, no, the dice tin is pretty awesome, and the dice are green, aren't they?
The dice are
like
green.
a very specific
they're-
green.
Yeah, they're very.
That was a debate.
Shauna Narciso, our creative director, who's fabulous, also picked out these colors to make them very jungle-like.
Yep.
So we got the jungle dice in the Tomb of Annihilation tin. It's actually made of tin, yeah.
It's actually made out of tin. Like you can verify that.
No. And it
It's got
releases.
the right amount of nickel and.
I'm not a chemist. Why do you ask me these questions? So it releases the same day as Tomb of Annihilation.
Sweet.
That is a big day for
It's a huge
products.
day. 3 whole products.
4.
No, the
The tiles are later.
yeah.
That's in October.
The fold out mat thingy is in October.
That's
yeah.
right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that was nice to spread it out a little.
Yes.
That's right.
I have to give 2 shout outs to people in the chat. One says, "Ooh, a tin," which makes me happy. Dice Heart. That is very funny. And someone rightly said it was Dyrus Nye. As we mentioned, playing on the ISS, he said, "Your mom is on the ISS."
Oh yeah.
Indeed, she is.
You get it. You get an A++ for that one. Very good, sir.
Yep.
Well, thank you for coming to join us and talk about all these amazing products, as well as the Dungeon Masters Guild Adept program.
Yeah.
We gotta shorten that.
Just the Guild Adept program, bro.
Guild Adept
Adept.
program.
Bro.
Guild Adept program. So it's Gap.
Your mom.
That's not taken. We'll put it on a.
I'm sorry, Miss.
She did have 4 children. Well, thank you for joining us and talking about all those amazing things and teaching all these people about your humor.
And your mom.
And your mom.
And your mom. Real quick, I want to show everybody your tattoo.
You just want to show
No.
everyone your...
Because it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's upside down right now.
Did you have to get permission
there you go.
to use that?
To get
No,
the
this was a
ampersand.
beg for forgiveness moment as well.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
They're like, we're going to have to pay for you to take that off. No, it's trademark. Thank you, Chris. Where can people find out about asking you all these product information as well as what you may be playing on the D&D Twitch channel in the fall?
So you can find me on Twitter at Onnatrix, ONNATRYX. And that's pretty much it, actually. That's the best way to find me. I'm also Onnatrix on Instagram, but my Instagram, I only occasionally post up photos. I maybe have like 5 or 6 up there since I started, but I am very active on the tweets, so you should catch me there.
Yes, absolutely. And the DMs Guild is dmsguild.com. And we did say that announcement written by Chris Lindsay is up on the Dungeons & Dragons site right now.
All right.
So go search for it. It should be on the front page very, very, like right now.
I'm going to go look for that right now.
Go look for it right now. Mr.
Right
Bart Carroll made it happen.
Good job, Bart Carroll.
Good job, Bart Carroll. Shelley, do we want to close this out?
Let's do it.
All right. That was a really good interview with Chris Lindsay that we just had.
That was super good.
He is a very good person to talk
We
to.
should have him on more often.
Do you guys know that we're going to have Force Grey, Lost City of Omu coming up
in like
very soon?
2 minutes.
In just 2 minutes. If you are listening to this, it is available to watch live on the D&D Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/DND. We do this live every Monday, except for next Monday.
What?
I forgot to mention that. I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be in Milwaukee next Monday.
Milwaukee?
For
Milwaukee,
what?
the good land.
The good land.
Yes. That's where I shall be, and that when I'm in like a trip with my guy friends from back east, and that was the subject line was Milwaukee, the good land. So we won't be doing a Dragon Talk live recording, but we're far enough ahead. We will rebroadcast.
I'm not even going to shower that day then.
You don't have to.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, yeah. And Quinn will be like, your mom doesn't shower. And
like, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll say that to his friends. Or his friends will say that to him.
Something like that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. He has to get schooled by Chris Lindsay on the proper usage of the joke.
That's all you need.
So yes, we won't be doing this live next week, but the following week we'll be back and possibly talking to Eric Jordan from Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms.
Ooh.
Yeah, and we got to pick his brain about him being a kid in summer camp with his masks,
Oh my God,
and
so cute.
the first time he played Dungeons & Dragons, which is super cool.
Love it.
Yes, we'll be doing that next. And then we mentioned a whole bunch of release dates in this interview, so I'm not going to go through them again, but they are amazing. And it should be pretty lots of fun. You can follow me. I'm at Greg Tito.
Follow me at Shelly Moo.
Those are all on the Twitters. Wizards_DND is where you'll get all the latest Dungeons & Dragons news on Twitter. Also like us on Facebook. And hey, go check out DungeonsandDragons.com for all the latest information on Tomb of Annihilation and all the products. Product pages have all this stuff. And a lot of the stuff is written by Chris Lindsay. I don't know if you know that, but a lot of the product information pages are all
Some of his
under the pen.
finest work.
Nom de plume. Chris Lindsay.
And heavily edited by Jeremy Crawford.
This is true. Yes.
Love a good editor.
He's the managing editor of Dungeons & Dragons.
He removes all your mom jokes.
Yeah. Or the
No
seriouslys.
humor.
The seriouslys that you put in there. Yeah. This is seriously the best adventure we've ever had. Seriously.
Seriously.
And then what happens in the next adventure? This is serious. It just keeps getting better and better.
For sure.
I feel really bad that we've laughed so loud. I'm sorry, Ryan.
Ryan, you love the sweet sound of my guffaw.
He turned us all down. He hates us.
If only you had the power to do that in real life.
It's true. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for bearing with us in the chat. And we will be back with the Dragon Talk on the podcast version next week, but on the live version in 2 weeks. All right, you guys are the best. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Miss you already.
Thanks, Chris.
Bye.
Thank you.